Oh gosh, don't worry about it.
Okay, so I think we're recording now. Okay, so we're recording. So this is, I'm gonna do the screen share again. It's going to be this one, it's going to be share. Okay, are you guys seeing Canva?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'll make it nice and big as I can. Okay, so this is like the landing page for Canva. And if you use it for flyers, stuff like that, you know, I typically start over here where it says like create a design. And then it gives you whether you want it to be like an Instagram post or a postcard or all different things. Are people, can you hear me? Hold on, I just want to make sure everyone can, like, I hear like a bunch of people in the back. Okay, I just muted everyone for good. Okay, so you can do all different things in here. 99% of the time, I always start with custom dimensions. Unless I know I'm making it for an Instagram post or for an Instagram story, but you can see by my designs that I mostly use it for stickers and flyers and posters. I hardly ever make like my own Instagram stories in here. I use like the Instagram story on Instagram. I always start with custom dimensions, and that is how I start with like my labels. How I start, like if you guys want to see, let's say I buy all of my labels. Can you guys still see me or no? And the screen share. Okay. So I buy all of my labels from onlinelabels.com, and then they come with like this code and they tell you like the size. So I was working on, these are oval labels. And then you're like, well, how do you make an oval in Canva? Well, what I do is the size of these particular labels are 2.5 by 1.75 oval. So what I'll do is I will go into custom dimensions and make sure you put it on inches, I guess, or whatever system you're using to measure. And I'll make it a square that is 2.5 by 1.75, which is what my oval will be, right? So I'll create that new design. So in order to make it look like an oval, over here on all of the sides where Canva has, it has templates that you can look up for yourself. Like if you want to do like a spring one, because spring is coming, you can see different designs that they have. You can type in spring, you can type in all different ones over here and like use their design. So if you really love this, but you want to change it a little bit, you can like, once you put it in here, you can change it. So you can typically change the colors. Once you click on an element up here at the top, it'll bring like the colors and stuff up. If it's able to be changed. If it's not, then they won't pop up. So this one, you can do all kinds of customized different colors. So if you have a color scheme or something like that for your business, you can click on the font and you can drop down and change the font that they've used over here. If you have Pro, which I don't pay for Pro, but if you pay for Pro, all of these ones over here with like the little stars, you can use those. I don't pay for Pro, so I just use whatever fonts they have for free. Again, you can drop down and change the color of your font. You can do all kinds of fun things with stuff that they have. I hardly ever do that, just because I am creating stuff with my own images and my own thoughts and everything like that. But these are great. They're a great starting point if you don't have a good idea and you want some like inspiration. My one tip about that is that I'm always looking for things that necessarily might not be spring, but you can use as spring or as Christmas or something like that. So like this one is Groundhog Day, but if you took off Groundhog Day and you added a flower, it could still be spring. So, you know, now I have to get rid of it. Ugh. Okay. So that's a great starting point over there. And then if you drop down to this second little clicky thing over here, it says uploads. This is where I put in all of my own graphics. So anything that I've gotten off the internet or I've used my Bitmoji, I download to my computer and you can just upload in here. You see there's like a whole bunch of things I've made that are all mine that I've uploaded, and my friend's kid. So this uploads is where you put your own stuff. It's your own pictures, your own graphics, anything that you might have. You can see here's like a picture of my team. There's all kinds of things that like I've uploaded here for my own use. When you click down to photos, This is where you can get photos like from Canva. So if you're looking for, you know, for whatever reason, if you wanted to talk about like, you know, our new like Mad About Melon or, you know, Sunkissed Citrus or something like that, you wanted to use some of these pictures that they have, you can. And some of them are free. I think most of the pictures are free if you don't pay for pro. I don't know if there's any pro pictures. Like if you, let's say you want to do about our dog, so you want to do like talk about our dog line, so you want to use like this picture for the dog. You can just get that picture, you can put it in, you can put in you can make it as large as the whole canvas. If you double click on it, you'll see that it goes kind of gray, and you can like crop it down. So if you wanted to like use just his nose or his eyes or whatever you wanted to edit that picture with. What else? I'm sorry, I don't mean to go so fast. So if I'm going too quickly or you guys are confused, just yell at me. So you can, like I said, you can use any of these pictures to do that. So you can put it whatever you want. And then there's this thing called elements, and this is probably my favorite thing that I like to use on Canva. This is where you can get all different like clip arty type things. You can see like I use arrows all the time, all kinds of arrows and all fun things, tiaras. Like I use a lot of these things to create like a design. But let's say like you can see like I love these. I use these on my stickers all the time to like put my own picture in. If you want to put your picture, like let's say you want to have this be like kind of wavy, and then you can go back to your own uploads and put your own picture in there, and it'll, well, that one doesn't have a background. Here we go, this one. So, and then that will kind of cut that picture out into like a wavy shape. So anything that has these like clouds on it that look like a little picture you can insert. I've used this one before where it's like, you know, sign me up, and you can put like your information in here. You can go back to your personal uploads. Like here, this is like what I use for like my business design. So you can put like your own graphic inside there, and it's very easy. It's very much just like drag, like, see, I want to use this one. I drag it over here and I click it right into the box. And then you can like kind of move it up and down. Let's see, I want to put a picture of me in there. I changed my mind. I can put myself in this box. I can make this bigger. So there's like so many different things that you can like, you know, really create and make your own. Even the computer up here, when I have it highlighted here, if it's clicked, you can see up here in the box, it has like little squares of colors. That means you can change the color of that graphic. So you can click on it, and let's say, you know, my colors this season are like teal and hot pink for my business. So, you know, everything that I create, I try to use that same branding and use like the teal and the create, and it's hot pink. But you know, so you can change all different kinds of things on all the different elements that they have in those frames and stuff. The other thing, let me get rid of that poor doggy. They also have these things like different shapes. So if you want to put in a background, or if you want to make any kind of on my stickers, you'll see that I have like a circle behind my picture that has like the hot pink, because like I said, everything is like hot pink and teal this season, because that just happened to be the envelopes I got on sale. So, you know, I was going with that. So everything I create has that on the background. Now, if you wanted to, like I said, I want to create, and I was going to show you guys how to create like an oval label, because that's what I was working on earlier today. So what I would do is I normally change the background. So if you click on the background, the whole thing with nothing on it, that's like the background. And right now it's just set to white. So you can change that by clicking on this thing up here and change it to whatever color. So when I'm creating a sticker or a label or something like that, I always change the background to black, because that allows me to then like pull in the shape of my sticker, which is oval at this time. So you can see they have an oval shape that's free. And what I will do is I will do this, and I will create like the oval looking shape inside of my Canva. So now when I'm creating, this is the shape of my oval sticker, because I measured it that it, you know, on the package, it came that it is 2 by this height. So that'll be pretty accurate. And when you go to create your design, so you don't have to worry about, you know, getting your square design onto an oval label or a round label or whatever size you're looking for. So you can really cut that into the thing. And again, if you have square ones, They have star shapes. So whatever labels that you happen to get, you can put that onto here. So if you're looking for something, these elements are awesome. You know, you can put them in, you can change their color, you can do all kinds of really awesome things with that. So whatever colors you want to use. Sometimes I just go with the plain, simple, Scentsy purple. I love all these element things. I use them a lot. All different kinds of things. And then here's like the text. And this is where I think I know someone had asked me specifically about text. So they have preset little kind of mix and match. I love, you can see by a lot of the stuff I use, I love mixing and matching my scents. My scents, my scents too, but my fonts. So I'm always trying to, you can use ones that they have, or I always mess around and add my own. You can do, I don't know why they have different ones of these. I always just click add a heading and I change the font to what I want it to look like. So once you add your font, you just click in it and add. And what I always do first is I always type what I want it to say, and then I change the font, because what you like different letters with different fonts look different. So my thing is Scent Up Your Life. Your life. So this is my business name, Scent Up Your Life. And then, you know, and then I usually go in here. And then when you drop down, you can click down here and do the drop down and see all of the different fonts. This is good. I sometimes will spend like an hour picking out a font because I'm crazy like that. But this is where you get to pick all the different fonts you want. And I don't know if I have any good advice except for just, I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, I just click on all of them. I love mixing and matching my fonts. It's great because it has the recently used ones here. So if you use a lot of them all the time, you can see these ones I typically use for most of my flyers. But if you're looking for something and you don't know what, up at the top, if here you do like search, you can look for handwriting fonts. So you can have fonts that look like different handwriting ones. You can search, you know, display ones, whatever, you know, all different kinds of ones if you're looking for a specific kind, modern, bold ones, vintage ones. Like here's like a whole section of like calligraphy ones. So you can kind of just see what style you want your stuff to look like and see which one you like. So we'll go with this because that's typically just what I use. And actually, I have decided that I don't like how the uppercase ones look. So mine looks like that. And then again, you can click on the colors to change the colors. What I love about this is that you can click, you know, preset colors that they have here. If you pay for the Pro, you can actually add brand colors. So if you know what your colors are for your brands, you can put them in here. These are just like the first 3 colors I ever used on this Canva program, and I can't ever change them now because I don't pay for the Pro. But what I like about this is that you can add a new color. So in here, you can either use the little slidey thing to go through and kind of pick an exact color that you're looking for, or you can use this, which I don't think I have mine saved. You can put in the exact color match of your color that you use all the time if you have something like that. Like I said, mine was like this teal and this hot pink, so I've been using that. I know my teal is this color, and I know my pink is like another hot color pink number, but I forget what it is. I usually like copy and paste it. Like what I'll usually do is, here's like an example. Here's what I'm going to be putting. This is what I created for the outside of my catalog. So to get the color code that I'm talking about, if you click on this and then the color that you want is highlighted, here's the color code. So I can just copy this right into the one that I'm working on now, and it'll change that to the exact same color. So that's like an easy way to make sure you're using all the same colors if that's important to you. It's important to me. That's just part of my brand. So that's how I do it. And then I have this. So then the cool thing about the fonts is you can do different effects. So up here, you can obviously change the size if you want to use like a number. You can change the size by dragging it. Some fonts don't let you do bold, which this is one of them, but you can underline a font if you want to. This little button right here makes everything uppercase, which I absolutely love. So it looks weird in that font. But if you had this font, see how it says like, you know, it's not uppercase, and you can highlight it all and make it all uppercase. So I just really love that, because sometimes you type something and then you have to change it, and it's better than retyping it. So I love that little tool. And then obviously here's like the center, if you want your text centered to the left or to the right. So if this box was like this whole thing, you could center it left, you could center it right, you could do all different things like that with it. So I typically just keep mine centered, because I just keep that stuff centered. And then here you can add a list of things, and then here's the spacing. What I like about this tool is if you had you know, a whole list of things like this, and you had like a whole list. So let's say you're like, man, those are like really far apart, but you don't want to have to like hit enter and space and enter and space. You can actually take the line height right here, the second one, and spread it out like that. So you can even, I mean, even if you wanted to, for some reason, have them overlap like that, you could, or, you know, different fonts have different spacing. So you can use this to make them tighter or longer. And then this also has like a letter spacing, which I really like. So if I make this box a little bit bigger, you can take this and again, just kind of drag it over and see how it spaces out the letters really big. Or if you want them for, again, for whatever reason, really tight together or whatever. Sometimes if I have a really small space that I'm trying to fit letters in, I'll pull them a little bit tighter than like the standard, just to kind of squeeze some stuff in. So I really like these two things to be able to change like how tight or whatever it is. Because in the past, before they had that feature, you'd have to like, you know, have this text box and then have another text box and like move it up real tight. Like, you know, you don't have to do that. So I love being able to move the fonts back and forth like that. So that's, again, really awesome. So then the other thing with the effects tab up here is that it adds, you can add all kinds of different effects. So this one is like a shadow. And again, over here, it's just all the tools. You can like just slide them up and down and see how you like. If you want something to have a big shadow, or if you want it to go to the left or to the right, if you want it to be blurry in the background to kind of just look like it's glowing, or be like really strong. So these kinds of things, depending on the font, depending on what you're doing, you can just kind of go in that little box and mess around until you like how that looks. And I really like that one. So, and then you can always reset and just go click back on none, and it'll take away everything you've done. So you don't have to feel like, oh my God, now I've done this and I can't undo it. So then again, and again, different fonts will work differently, but if you wanted to hollow out your font so that it was like this, you could do that. You could do this. You can just do all kinds of different things in here. The neon, different colors is a cool look. It kind of hurts my eyes, but some people like it, depending on what your colors are and everything. Here's how to make it a little glowy. And then again, these little things like, oh, that looks kind of neat. These little things you just can kind of go in and mess around with whatever you're working on, whatever look you're looking for, and then you can just go back and hit none. So what I love about, oh, where'd it go? Okay, so then you can also add a curve. Now this curve feature is like brand new. They just added this to Canva. And when you click on it, it looks like this. But I have been messing around with it. And again, you can go like this and you can curve it up. You can curve it down. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this curve. I really like this curve. And since I'm making an oval sticker, I'm gonna go ahead and like, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger and I'm gonna stick that in there. And you can see that now it kind of goes with the curve of the sticker. So that's pretty cool. And that's how you kind of mess around with the different fonts. Now, should you decide that you really like how this one looks, the cheers, you can just go ahead and take like their thing and type in what you want. So you can just type in like, oh my gosh, it's, you know, Scentsy. And it'll make it be whatever that is. And then you can also change the colors. So you can make it match whatever you want to do. So that's really neat. I love that thing. And then the other thing, if you're messing with fonts or pictures, is over here. This is like another tool thing. So this is where you can pick your position. So if you really want to make sure that everything is totally centered, or if you want to make sure stuff's in the middle of the page or the very top of the page or the very bottom of the page, this is where you kind of do all that in that position screen. In that position screen, the other thing that you have is, you can see it says like forward and backwards. So how you have to think about this is every time you put something on here, like a new design, it's like a new layer, almost like a new sticker. So you have your paper in the background, which is the black. And then I put this circle on here, or I put the oval on here, which is like another sticker on the front of it. And then I put my name on here, which is another sticker on the front of it. So for some reason, if I had, let's say I wanted to use this circle in the backgrounds, right? Well, like now I blocked my font, right? But in order to get the font to layer on top of that circle, you can go to position and put forward. And that will put your font on top of whatever the layer is. So those are like, it will move the layers kind of back and forth. So again, if you didn't want to see that and you wanted to pull it forward, you just hit go backwards. See, what you did here is you took the circle and you pushed that backwards. So right now, the circle is actually between the oval and the background. You can just kind of bring that forward, bring that backwards, and then you can go all the way to the back. So I like that because sometimes you want to layer stuff, and you know, if you get something that you upload with like a square on it, before when I was messing around with my thing, it was being uploaded with this like white box around it before I had a chance to actually clear the background. So when I put this like here, if this was it like backwards, you can see that like my white box is blocking my font. So what I would do is I would click on this and make sure that you bring this forward, and then you can see the font goes over the picture. And then, you know, you can just bring that in. I actually have a clear background one now, so I can just stick that in there. But so that is how you can kind of do that. And you can see I just go right to the uploads, and you can just click on whatever you decide that you want to upload and just drag it right into there. Like here's this picture, you can just drag it and drop it. And then again, make it smaller, make it bigger. Up here is another effects that you can do to your pictures. Again, I think if you do pay for stuff, you have different ones, but there's different ways to affect that. I usually don't mess around too much with that, but if you wanted it to be black and white or change the colors, you can do all kinds of different things like that. If you want to change the tint, you can do different stuff like that with the pictures that you upload. It's 1:30. Sorry, that's my computer. So that is how you work with text and different things like that. What else? We talked about the elements. Oh, a lot of people ask me about how to do the QR codes. So how you do the QR code, this is how I do most of it. It's down here all the way at the bottom under more. And you just click on QR code, and it will link to whichever QR code you want it to link. So in here, you just type in the website. With liz.com, and then I just type in generate code, and bam, it gives you the box. It's pretty, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. So you can do whatever. You can change it. Like I said, the colors, you can change some of the colors on it. I wouldn't change it black because then you can't see it. I typically just leave it white because I feel like most smartphones pick that up the easiest. And then I bet if you guys scan that, if you can scan your, see it, you'll see that it takes you right to my link tree. So that's pretty cool. And you can change it. Again, I don't think I talked about this, but when you click on an object that you uploaded, even in your font, you get this little circle one down here, and this will let you kind of spin it back and forth. So if you wanted to put myself sideways or crooked or whatever, you can just use that to swing it around like that. So that's kind of how you put stuff on a diagonal. And then let's see what else. Here they have different backgrounds for you guys preloaded. So here, let me just put these two things here like this. Now I put my background on black because I'm going to upload this to a sticker. But if you wanted to have a different background, here's just some other things that you can use as a background. Like if you wanted to use chocolate hearts, it would be there. Let me just do this. Okay, here's the chocolate hearts, and it would change your background from black to the chocolate hearts. Again, I don't typically use a lot of their backgrounds, just because I use mine for a lot of printing on white, but their backgrounds are pretty cute if you wanted to add some of these. If you wanted to use some graphics. Once you put their background on, you really can't do anything to it. Their background is their background. You can't really change any of the colors or anything like that. So when you use their background, it's pretty much solid like that. So I'm going to turn mine back to white, my backgrounds. And I'll change it back to black so you guys can see what I'm doing. Whoops. Well, actually, that's okay. So then I have my oval here, and what I'm going to do in order to upload it is make sure that it's in the middle, in the center. And then I'm going to make sure this is where I want it, and this is where I want it. And then I'm going to make sure that the background and the oval are white. So this is what it will look like. And how I do it is I just download this. I typically download it as a PNG to my computer. So this is what it looks like. And then I will go to online labels, and this is how I do it. You can, if you use, I do the same process with Avery. I do the same process with other labels that I purchase, but this is where I do 90% of it because I love buying their labels in bulk. All of my stuff has the same label. So I use oval labels, circle labels, and long labels. And all of my stuff gets made with the same label. So I buy like bulk labels and I make several different designs on the same labels. Because to me, that just makes sense. So hold on one second. You can see all my other past ones I've uploaded on here, but the, I use their design space. So I just go in here and I do blank labels because this is where I'm going to upload it. And like I said, they all come, just like Avery ones, they all come with like a code here. So I just type in my code, which is OL885WX. And you'll see these are the the oval labels that we were working on. And I'm just going to start a new design. So then what I do is I just go to upload images, which is right here. And you will upload a new image, and you can upload from your computer where you saved it and upload the image that we just created. And then again, I just kind of drag it and drop it. And because we designed it in an oval, it will fit perfectly within that. So because you already created it in that kind of oval shape. So then it's already that shape. Then you can just kind of like download and print. So, and then again, I do that with like any different size. If you go back to my actual Canva, you can see that this is where I created the water bottle labels that I posted for the back of the catalog. Again, I just typed in like custom size and I just put all of that stuff in. And here you can see that it's just fonts. This is a sticker that I got, and then it's, you know, pretty standard. My pictures over here with like the ring that I got on top of it from the element section. So everything is pretty much exactly the same, just in different shapes and stuff. So I don't know if I confused any of you. I don't know if that was helpful. Does anyone have any questions?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I was typing questions, but let me just ask you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't
okay.
miss the chat.
I didn't want to interrupt you. So I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So I want to learn how to do labels and postcards. So postcards is the same thing that you're doing with labels, just in the postcard template, correct?
Yes. So what I normally do is I will go on, and are you going to like print your own postcards?
I probably will. I haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
But I have made labels in Avery. I've done that before. I want to try maybe a different company, like the company that you're working with. I just know that I need to do postcards. I need to do labels. I need to kind of redesign my my brand a little bit.
Yeah, I just did that. So
And then kind of, I'm wondering, do you use people like Fiverr to kind of create like your character and a brand book, or how do you do that?
So I just paid someone on Fiverr to make this like graphic of me.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was really cool. It only cost me $15. So I was like, oh, that's really not bad at all.
No,
but a lot of the stuff that I make is like this. It has usually, like I said, it's more like this, where it has like my actual picture.
okay.
But everyone else was doing those pictures of themselves, so I wanted to like get on the bandwagon with that. So I did go ahead and get one of those. But a lot of the stuff I have, like these are my thank you ones, which I posted. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see.
Those are very cute, by the way.
And it just has my picture in the corner.
Okay.
So I did that. And then I put these in all of my, I use as my thank yous. So on the back, I have lines printed. So I can write like a thank you note to my customers. I throw it in their orders. It has all my information on it. So I use these a lot.
Do you print them yourself, or do you do it through Vistaprint?
So for a long time I was printing them myself. But this year I decided to take the jump, and I actually ordered, I think 500 of these on 48-hour print.
Oh. Okay.
Let me see. So how I usually do it is I will go and I will see, I come to this website a lot, and I go to the 65% off section. And I say, all right, what's on sale? What can I get on sale? And I usually try to stick to like the 60 to 60% off. And I will say, okay, their postcards are on sale. What size postcards what do I want to buy? So I think these are the 4x6 postcards. And I think I either got 500 or 1,000. So, as you can see, like you can get like 1,000 of these made for $50.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is a lot cheaper and less work if you're cutting your own. Because I was coming into like a struggle with like trying to keep up. Like I was gonna go sit down and write order thank yous, and then I didn't have order thank yous, so I had to like print new ones and cut new ones, and then you go down like that rabbit hole where you end up like not doing what you sat down to do. So I know like $50 for me, it was like it's worth it because I was spending a lot of time making a lot of stuff. If you're just starting out, you can totally still print your own. You don't have to, but 1,000, like $50 for 1,000 is like a really good deal. And they came double-sided and everything. So I recommend this a lot. And right now these are really on sale, because you can see like the regular price would be like 160. So,
okay. And you created that in Canva and uploaded it to this with the lines on the back and everything.
Yep. So what I do is, here, I will open my thing here, all my designs. You'll see all my crazy designs.
I'm sorry, my dog is whining, but.
No, it's okay. You can see all the kind of crazy designs I made. I believe this one is a little further down. So here it is. Here's the design that I made. Again, I went on that website and I did create dimensions, and it said 4x6. So I made my design, custom design 4x6. And then I just went in and, if you take this apart, it's just, again, these are from the sticker section, the element section. So if you go in here and you type in Facebook, you'll get all different Facebook icons. So you can pick whatever one goes with whatever branding you're doing, and just drag it in there, and you can put your name right next to it. So that's it. These are just like fonts. This again is just like an arrow from the sticker section. So you go over here, you can search arrow, and you can get a whole bunch of different kinds. Some of these stickers, again, they're only available with the Pro. So like if you're trying to do a circle one, you can kind of see it's a little bit watermarked. Truth be told, I've used watermarked images and they're so tiny you can't even really tell that they're watermarked. So it's fine. And then if I have a back section, they have, in order to make sure it's the same size, I just add a page. So you can either, up here at the top, you can either just duplicate the page, so it copies your whole page onto another one, or you can just over here add a page, and it'll bring you a whole blank page, but it'll be the exact same size and dimensions that you need, and then you can just start creating. And then again, I just downloaded this to my computer, both pages. and you can go right onto their website. I actually did mine on matte because I wanted to be able to write on it. So mine are matte. You can change I do everything I can to save money as possible. So you can like edit and change different things. I kind of work to see what I think is like the best price. And like, if I say, okay, I want to spend $50, I'll only get 500, I'll spend the $50. Like, I set my budget before I start. So they have an online design program, but I never use it. I always use Canva to create all my stuff. And then I just go right onto upload your artwork. And it's really easy. You just download from your computer. I usually drop and drag. I don't know if I have it on here still. Let me just re-download it because I don't know if I saved it on here again. So I'll download that again for you guys so you can see how it works. So then I'll just upload it from my computer. You give it a minute to download. And then you just upload page 1. And then it'll be there. And then you can just go to add to cart and you'll add it to your cart and it'll be there. So it's pretty simple. I really love this website. I love it. I've gotten a bunch of stuff from there. The scent of the month stuff that I shared is from here as well. Again, I designed everything on Canva. It's just the scan code and just fonts. And I just kind of play around with it until I like how it looks. And then this is actually under brochures. Okay. Wait, was it brochures? Where did I get this from? Oh, I think it was nightclub flyers. Like, I think especially on this website is you might look at that and be like, oh, I don't need a nightclub flyer, but technically this is a nightclub flyer. So I always go in and see what's on sale and be like, okay, what can I do with that? Like, before I make a judgment call and say, oh, I don't need a nightclub flyer, because in here, you can see once you go in here, there's all these different sizes, all these different things. So this is the 3x4 gloss on both sides. No rounded corners. I mean, you can get 250 of these for $14. I got the 1,000, I think, because I send these out every month to 50 customers. I send these to my top, my last 50 customers with the scent of the month on them. Do I have?
So do you make different cards for every month then? Or
So
just have the same card template?
So last year, I spent a lot of time making every month was a different card. Do I have them? I think I checked them. Let me see if I have one for you. I had one left over. I think I got rid of them all. But I was doing last year I was doing a different card of the month every month, and I was creating a new design, and like it was like, oh, it's upside down. If it was like ghostly greetings, or if it was like Arctic kiss, I made like a cute design, and then I was like cutting 50 of them, printing 50 of them, doing all that, and that just felt like a lot of work. It was really cute, and I think customers kind of liked it, but at the end of the day, those papers went in the garbage. So I was like, they just want to smell the scent. So I made this cute card with the background that talks about Scentsy Club. And I didn't think that making those cute things every month was like worth it. Because there was other things I could be doing, like income producing activities that weren't making 1,000 different designs every month for different flyers and cards. So I just stick, where did my little baggie with the little thing go? Oh, here it is. So what I will do is I have round stickers that I just print out the scent, and I will put this little baggie right on top so it kind of sits like that. And then they can flip it open, they'll see the scent, and they'll get the wax, the felt in there.
I like that.
Like that.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So every month I don't have to, it's the same. Like I said, I have like 1,000 of them. And then every month, all I have to do is print the circle and make the wax felt, and it's easy and it's out the door. Because there were months that I was like getting my kit, and like, even now I was waiting for these to come in, but I was getting my scent of the month kit on like, whatever day, the 20th, and it was taking me until like the next month to mail them out, because I was like, oh, I have to design it, I have to do it. So it's just cut back on a lot of that. So I thought that was really nice to have like one thing. Because I thought it was a little simpler. Yeah, so, and again, like I said, these ones, they're 1,000 for $23. So again, to me, to not have to redesign it every month and print it every month and cut it every month, it just felt worth the $23 to me.
I'm sorry, I'm asking a lot of the questions. So if you guys all have questions,
It's
let me
fine.
know. But I'm just kind of curious because, and I'm sorry again about my dog. We have 2 dogs, and this one particular dog is connected with my daughter, like at the hip. And the minute she goes, my husband took her out with her cousin this morning to go out and do a little shopping. The minute she walks out the door, he's like got separation anxiety.
Aww.
And we've cuddled him, we've fed him, we've done everything we can do to ease him and make him like feel better, but he just is going to whine forever until she hits the door, and then they snuggle, and
then
he hangs out with her all day, and it works. But he just, every time she walks up, she'll go to the bathroom even, and he sits outside the door and whines for her to come out because he loves her so much. So anyway, that's why you hear whining. But my other question is, when do you do your labeling, your mailings, do you do all that Monday through Friday, or do you pick a day where you just mail everything out and it's not on a day where you're going to work?
So, so to be honest, I probably need to be better about that. I lost my full-time job in March. So my husband still works. He works from home full time. So 90% of what I do is done Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I need to probably put myself on a better schedule, because I'll be like, oh, I'll make the felts on Monday, and then I'll mail it on Tuesday, and then I'll do this on Wednesday. So, I mean, it just really, especially with all the cards and everything being made, it's going to cut it down for me a lot. So like right now get all my stuff over here. I was like labeling everything yesterday. So now all my cards are, well, yeah, hold on, it's upside down. All my cards now have the labels on them for the month. I went, and because I'm sending out this scent of the month with the new catalog, I'm not going to do 2 mailings because I don't want to spend on postage twice. So they're going to get the scent of the month and the new catalog. So I went yesterday and I was like labeling, putting all the little stickers on these for the scratch offs. Again,
where do you get your scratch offs?
How?
Where do you get your scratch offs? I'm
Amazon.
gonna your brain.
No, it's okay. These are fine. The scratch offs I got on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So you can just order them. They come in. Is that them? Wait, I have so many rolls of things. I was just using them yesterday. Okay, there. I have a whole big roll of them. I think it was like $5 for like 1,000 stickers or something crazy like that. And I actually had these because I think Callie had shared those bookmarks. Did you guys see the bookmarks that Callie shared with like the scratch offs? So I got those printed and I used those for my business also. And I bought these for them. So I just threw them on here. It's like the same thing. It's the same sticker.
Oh, cool. And are those your business cards?
No. These are going to go with the new catalog. So what I did is...
Oh, there's the scratch off. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so this is just like a new scratch off, and I put little things in there like a free wax bar if you spend $25. I think I did a free car bar if you spend $25, just to get rid of some of the stuff that I have kind of in stock sitting around from old parties and stuff like that. So those will go in with my new catalog. And these are, again, the same company. They make these. They are perforated make your own business cards. They're kind of thin, so I don't really like to use them for business cards, but for stuff like this, they're great. I use them in all of my samples. You can see I sent out like this is the same exact card. I sent this out last fall with the catalog. It's just the same card. I just flipped it the other way, threw a design on it, and printed it out. And it's great because they're already like perforated. You know, you don't have to worry about cutting or anything like that. And again, the prices on this website are like really, really good. So if you talk about the oval labels that I just was showing you guys, wait, it's OL885. 5WX. So this is the oval label that I put on like a lot of my stuff. I use that to put on inside my bars. I use the oval label on the outside of my showcase brochures. Like I use the oval label a lot. So for a standard white label, 15,000 labels for $20. So if you go and spend $20 like on Avery labels, they're much more expensive. Yeah. I love these. I have tons of them. You can see I buy huge packs of it. These, again, I use the perforated ones in all of my samples. Let me see if I can get.
Liz, how do you get what do you like the 15% off or something that you put, or like a free bar or something under your scratch off?
Yeah.
How do you put those on there? Do you just print it on a label and then stick that on?
No, because what I did is, let me see, I can show you right in Canva. Let's see. What I did, oh, you can see it right here. So what I did is I made a Canva design, and sorry, my phone is going crazy. So what I did is I did a Canva design, and you can see that I made 3 pages or 4 pages because this is the back. Mm-hmm. So what I did is I downloaded the file. So I downloaded the file. There'll be 4 pages when you download it. And then I went to my online labels. Hold on, let me leave here. And I go to do the design and templates. And I think, are these the ones? Nope, that's the wrong one. Let me design new labels, blank templates, and then you just type in a thing. Sometimes it saves the ones I used, so I don't have to go far. Okay, so here's the one that I bought. Oh, wait, this is the wrong file. Hold on one second. I think these ones were the right ones. Start designing. I'm just trying to keep all the ones together, like what I'm making and when. Okay, so I think it's this one. Okay. So then you have this. And what I did is I just did 1 page at a time. Actually, they're still in here from when I printed them because I just printed them. So you can put like so you will get page 1. So here's 1, and it's already with the 5% off or more, or $5 off $25. And then when you go to print, you will get download and print, and then they will open. Let me put that onto the screen where you can see it. Hold on. Close. Why isn't it going on my screen? Why isn't it showing up? I have 3 monitors on my computer, and I think the other one is it's lost on here. Let me see if I can't share that screen. Print now. Let me do open directly in browser. Okay, so then you will get a whole page of those. It'll be a PDF that you print a whole page of. So I did I think I did like 2 pages of this one, and then I did, then I uploaded page 2, which had the free wax bar, and then I did the same thing. I just printed open directly in browser, and then I printed 2 of page 2, and then I just mixed them all up and stickered them. Okay. So I just did like 1 page.
So the free bar or free wax bar with $25 purchase, you just put all that in Canva in your initial design. Mm-hmm. And then you put basically however big your
the sticker is.
Scratch off labels are, you make that just a little bit smaller so it covers it in full.
Yep. So this circle here, it's a different color. Let me make it red so you guys can see it. When you make a circle, do you see kind of like the little gray bar that comes up? It says like 0.9, 0.8. It's kind of at the bottom, like underneath me.
Yeah, that gives you the sizing.
It gives you the sizing. So if there's something that you need a particular size, you can create that size.
Okay.
So that's what I kind of did here. Like this is my Bitmoji that I made, and it's holding a 8-ball.
Sure.
Magic 8-ball. So I just kind of used that as like a round thing that it was holding to kind of create my design.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've done the scratch off too before, so I knew my labels, my little round scratch offs were 1 inch, and so so I can see the tip how you just want to make sure your underlay is under the 1 inch.
Yeah. So
Hey, not to like have you bounce back to your other. So I was making, when I reached out to you, because I wanted to start doing like time saving projects also,
Yeah.
to not be scrambling like you. So I'm like, I'm totally feeling you on that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
so I wanted to do, the like kind of a catalog insert also. So, and just to reiterate, I was writing this down, but so like when you were making your design on Canva, then all it is really is just saving on your Canva, like on your desktop or on your computer, and then just uploading it to whatever printing company or however I want to print off.
Yep.
Because I think that's where I was getting stuck. Like, oh, how do I just print it from Canva? So Canva is just really the design platform, and then I would just move it over right to wherever I wanted to.
I've never tried to print from here. I use another program sometimes called InDesign, which is a program that I pay for because I have another business which like designs like invitations and all this other custom stuff. So I use that to put my for printing. Let me see if I can get that to come up here. So for
that's okay, because that makes sense why I was getting stuck before, is because I shouldn't necessarily be printing. Yeah, and it makes more sense to print it with the printing.
Yeah, and then once you have it on your computer, you can easily go to the downloads, and you can open up the PDF in your downloads once it's downloaded and just print it right off your computer.
Yep, absolutely.
So then you can just print.
Well, this has been so helpful. I really appreciate you just offering up your time.
Of course.
Yes,
and I know we're in a
Thank you so
community
much.
of, helper, you know what I mean? But I really do appreciate you taking the time and showing us.
Thank you guys. I'm just glad that I could, share, I'm sure one day you guys will have stuff that I need. So
Thank you.
Where
so
did you
much.
get the
I greatly
graphic
appreciate
of
you
that
taking
house?
the time today.
Yeah. What did you ask?
How did you get the graphic of the house with like the Scentsy shadows of the products?
Okay, so this was like a project my husband had helped me with. Here, let me get a blank page so I don't mess up my catalog insert. But so Callie had shared her file with the bookmarks. Have you guys seen the bookmarks that she shared?
I think so, yeah.
Well, she has her graphic uploaded onto on her
in the files.
So I had my husband do this in like Photoshop, where he isolated the part of the bookmark that had the graphic for me. So he made that for me in white and in black for me. And then this, again, I just kind of designed myself. I like my whole, like I said, my business is like Scent Up Your Life. So I wanted something that kind of represented like your house or your life without being like super in your face, like, oh, your house, so I kind of looked up different, like Google is my best friend. So this was kind of the one that I found on Google that like I kind of got inspired by. And I was like, oh, honey, I want to make this. I want this to kind of be like my logo thing. So I just kind of like, again, I came on here and I just kind of messed around with it. I made a box and I used another, like if you have something that's like that, you can use like a white thing like this. And then you can actually turn that like white. And now you've got a space. So it's just kind of like messing around and playing with stuff to make that. And then again, I know that this is the font that I use. So you can just kind of put it in here, make it bigger, make it smaller. If you decide that, the space isn't big enough, you can go in here and make that tighter, make that bigger. And then you kind of can just make it your own kind of thing. So I always try to find something that inspires me first and then kind of go from there. That's why a lot of the times, even these ones, their templates, can sometimes give you an idea of like what to start with or something like that. So if you don't have a good idea of your own, some of these templates might be good, like add as a new page. So, I can do this as like, this looks like a business thing. So I can be like, join my team, like, so I sometimes just do different things like that. So, and then I went crazy on Vistaprint and put that on everything. Vistaprint had like a big sale and I was like, oh, add to cart. So I think that's it. Does anyone have any other questions or anything else I can help you with?
Thank you so much. This has been so helpful.
Oh, I'm glad I could help. All right, so I guess that's it.
Big props to you. Greatly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. All right.
Have a great day.
So Liz, I think because you started the recording, that I think you now have, I would think that you have ownership of the video.
Okay, yeah, I just did the stop.
Okay.
No, I turned myself off. Hold on. I'm gonna do the stop sharing my screen, and then I'm going to